Hello, this is the Provoked Prawn, and this is the Drop Sennheiser PC38X gaming headset. I was approached by Drop and asked to review this gaming headset and talk to you about what I think it's like. And I'll be honest, I thought that was an oddity in itself because Sennheiser doesn't really put out gaming headsets under the Sennheiser brand name anymore. They usually are using that EPOS brand, which is now their gaming arm. But this is the upgraded version of the PC37X that has been improved specifically for Drop to deliver a better quality of audio. And this is a review that will show you what's included in the box and talk about the highlights of it. And I'm also using the microphone on this headset right now for the voiceover, so you have an idea of the quality. Talk a bit more about the mic later on. Now, I'll be honest, when I first got this headset out of the box, I wasn't that impressed with it in terms of what it looked like. I didn't expect much from it. As you'll see, the packaging itself is fairly understated, but this is obviously actually a good thing because this is really friendly in terms of not having loads of plastics in it, so it's good for the environment, so that's a bonus straight away. You get a nice sort of soft drop styled carry case and then just all the other extras. Now I am reviewing this on PC, so this is my thoughts while using it on PC, plugged straight into the motherboard, and that's what the cable is plugged into at the moment for those, so that'll give you the best sort of quality in terms of the microphone. But in the box you also get a 3.5mm single connection and a split cable for PC use. So you can use this on console or on PC, but this review is focused on my PC based experience. In the box you also get two lots of ear cups, so you'll see you have the option to switch them out. Now, as I said, I wasn't that overly impressed with the headset initially. It feels very plastic in the hand and it looks very plastic. It's not terribly fancy for the amount of money you're paying. It's about $169. However, it does have some nice flexibility in it, and you obviously have the bonus of the flip to mute microphone, which is pretty flexible. Although the capture quality on it is quite low, the actual audio coming out of it, as you can hear, is pretty decent. Good quality capture to it. You'll see there's a nice bit of flexibility in the headset itself, though. There's a nice bit of bend and tilt and adjustment in there. And I'll show you more on that in a second because it also extends incredibly large. So I think if you have a larger head, you'll find this headset is a wonder. The ear cups included also has some very nice, very soft cushioning on them. And you'll see the two different connection options that you have here. So you have a single 3.5mm and the split connection for PC use, which has a mic and headphone jack separately. So you have the option obviously to connect to controllers on PlayStation or Xbox or directly to your PC this way. I've actually used both and the quality is excellent over both of them. And it's also a nice long cable as well, which is definitely a bonus. I also quite like the yellow accents on this headset. I'll be honest, it actually looks quite good for that setup. One of the other things you'll notice is a nice soft plush cushioning on the headband as well, so it's very comfortable to wear, that's almost certain. Flip to mute microphone, as I said, you can hear a little click when you flip it up. Now because this headset doesn't have a USB connection, there's no side tone adjustment in it, so you can't actually hear yourself through the microphone, but it is an open back headset design, which means that you can hear a lot of the surrounding world anyway, and therefore you can hear yourself quite easily, so you don't need to worry about that, so that's pretty good. What you'll also note is the ear cups are pretty large. They're not terribly deep, but they have got a lot of room in them, which makes it very comfortable to wear. Also, the open back design means it's pretty cool during the day, and so it isn't overly hot, which is nice. Now you'll see some of the extension of the headband here, and I'll show you more of it in a minute, and it certainly is very extendable and flexible and goes nice and large in multiple directions. So if you find you struggle to find a headset to fit your head because it's a large head, you will certainly find this is a wonderful fit. That padding on the top is also very comfortable. I've been using this all day long and then into gaming sessions at night and not had a problem with comfort. Now the ear cups are easy enough to remove. You've seen the extra ones included in the box already, and I'm happy to report you can just pull off the ear cups quite easily. They're just held in place with a few clips, so it's just a case of just pushing the other ones on. The standard ones aren't particularly nice, but the extra ones definitely are a preference for me. They're more of a sort of velvety finish to them, and they make them a lot more comfortable, but this is obviously a personal preference. But what you will see is they aren't very deep. They don't have a lot of depth to them, and so that might be an issue if your ears jut out a lot. What I didn't find though is that there's no pressure on the top and bottom of my ears, and my ears don't touch the drivers. This is obviously my personal experience, so from a comfort point of view, this headset is fantastic. It's a really nice comfort to it, and a good setup in that way. So my initial impressions weren't great. I didn't think it was particularly nice looking, and it felt a bit cheap. However, once you put the headset on and start using it, the experience becomes a lot better, and obviously that's an important part of it. It has a good audio range, and I'll leave all the specs in the description, where it goes up to 30,000 Hz frequency response, and you can obviously adjust the sample rate within Windows sound settings. But it is a stereo headset, I will note that. It is stereo, so it doesn't have any virtual surround sound offerings. However, you can obviously use Windows Sonic Sound or Dolby Atmos if you have that on PC, so you have the option to add that in. But what I did find actually is it delivers a rich sound experience as well. I'll talk a bit more about that as we go through. On the side, you'll note there is a volume wheel, a really easy audio adjustment there, and the headset is quite loud as well, so it's certainly not quiet headset. The microphone is quite quiet in what it picks up, and for this audio I'm going to have to boost and normalize the levels because it just isn't loud enough. This is my experience. Yours might differ, but I just found that it isn't quite good enough. However, because it's flipped to mute, you can obviously flip it out of the way. You can't remove it, but you could just flip it up and then use an external microphone. Now I'll demonstrate just how large the headset goes, because this is one of the things that struck me the most. So you can see it here on my glass headphone stand. You can adjust that right down, and you can get the length. It basically goes down to the jawline. It's that incredibly large. It's ridiculously huge. I'll show you in a little while what it looks like on my head, but this is striking. If you've seen any of my previous reviews where I've used this headphone stand as a demonstration, you'll note just how much larger that is. It's just ridiculous. So it extends and twists in nicely. One of the other things that I noted about it though is that the ear cups sort of go in and out in this tilt fashion. But if you flip the microphone up to get it out of the way, you can't then adjust one of the ear cups quite as much. I haven't actually found this to be problematic. I have, for the most part, flipped the mic up and just used the headset as it is, and then used an external mic when I've been playing with my friends, and it hasn't been a problem in terms of comfort, but I think it's worth noting that that is a little point of interest. Now, talking about gaming in a bit more depth, I have found that the audio experience is actually really good. It delivers a really good sound. I found for listening to music during the day and listening to Spotify and things, it's been great. It has a good audio range, really good bass, and a good rich sound experience to it. Then when I first started using it for gaming, I actually had it plugged into my Go XLR, and I found the audio wasn't that great. But when I plugged it straight into the motherboard and used the settings on there, actually the sound was much richer for gaming. I've been using it for playing Rainbow Six Siege and Forza Horizon 4 for the most part, and I found actually that the richness of the sound comes through from both those games, and the positional audio isn't too bad. So despite not having virtual surround sound, you can actually get a really good sound stage with it and work out where enemies are based on their movement in the game. So it actually delivers a really rich sound experience and great positional audio considering it's only stereo. And so my conclusion thoughts on that setup is that it's actually a really nice headset. I was surprised. Generally speaking, I haven't really enjoyed Sennheiser headsets in the past. I have enjoyed their EPOS lineup that I recently started pushing out, and I'm going to be doing some reviews on new EPOS headsets in the near future as well. But I actually really like this drop setup with the Sennheiser PC38X. It's been a great experience, really comfortable, good mic capture quality, lots of flexibility in the headset. So if you're struggling with comfort on other ones because you can't get it big enough, or the ear cups aren't large enough, or a headband doesn't extend long enough, and this is a great choice. Also really rich sound delivery, the ability to switch out the ear cups really easily with either the mesh knit setup or the velour style ear cups. It's obviously fantastic. Those velour ones are really comfortable. One of the things about open back, if you've never tried them before, is I find that it lets a lot more sound in, and one of the issues that also lets a lot more sound out. So it's like having speakers on your ears a bit more than closed back design, and the result of this is actually my wife complained at me a fair amount because she could hear the gaming audio bleeding out of the headphones into the surrounding room, which she found annoying, so just bear that in mind. Also, I found that it emphasizes things like fan noise, which you can hear through your ears. So I find it's kind of like putting a seashell to your ear, where you can hear the sea through them. If you've ever experienced that, it's similar to that. You put these on, and suddenly sounds like white noise or fan noise are emphasized a little bit more. So it doesn't block out a lot of external noise, and that's something worth bearing in mind. If you want to immerse yourself in the gaming experience, it doesn't block out surrounding environmental noise. But the benefits of it are you have a wider sound experience, and you can also still hear yourself talking without the need for side tone, which is an obvious benefit, and the overall sound experience has been great. This is a great headset if you don't mind wires, you aren't bothered about those other features, but you want a comfortable gaming headset which has very few complaints. I really like the long cables that don't tug on the ears, and the fact that it also can be detached, because you see it has an attachment on the bottom of the ear cup that easily would just pull out, means that you won't have any problems with it snagging, because you can easily disconnect it if necessary. So a great headset all round. And it comes with a 2-year warranty, which is an added bonus. This has been the Provoked Prawn. Please check out everything in the description for the specs and more. Thanks for watching. This has been the Provoked Prawn. Hope you found this video useful, interesting, hilarious, or otherwise. Take a look at these other videos that I think you might find interesting as well. And have a look at the description for links and other information you might find useful. Click that join button to see the benefits of being a member of my YouTube channel. And most importantly, have a great life.